How everyone doing? How y'all doing? We here with another marriage for grown folks. My name is Robert Williams. I'm here with my lovely wife. How y'all doing? We here to do another marriage for grown folks. We pray everyone is doing well. We just glad to be here. Anything we can do to help you encourage your marriage, anything of that sort. You want to say something, honey?
No, thank you. Thank you guys for being here. And I appreciate the time that y'all give to us to spend with you. And continue to send the questions in because without you guys, there will be no us with this marriage for grown folks. Well, it would still be us, but this platform, we wouldn't be able to do this platform and share with you guys like we do.
All right. So before we get started, I'm gonna start off with a word of prayer, and from there we'll go to the video, the tip of the week, and then from there we'll get started with the questions. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you once again for allowing us to see another day. We just thank you for your grace, your mercy. We thank you that you just here with us, and you giving us this platform to encourage marriage, encourage relationships, and how we can strengthen relationships and marriage. We just thank you for this platform you have given us, Lord. I thank you for my beautiful wife. I thank you for this 25 years of marriage that we're coming upon in a couple of months. And I just thank you for all you have done and the things that you will continue to do for us. And we just ask you to have your way in this platform, on this platform today. And this is my prayer in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, we're glad y'all here. And now we will go to the tip of the week. See you back in a couple of minutes. What is going on? Something ain't right.
Oh, we can't get the tip of the week yet. Yeah, we might be having a little bit of technical difficulties because we do this live in separate platforms. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time you find yourself watching this. I am Loretta Williams, and I am here with my husband, Robert Williams, and we're going to be doing our tip of the week for marriage for grown folks.
Yes, the tip of the week is something that we say that can help inspire you in your marriage, to help your marriage, help you grow closer together. So we just here to try to help you get stronger in your marriage. So we are here with the tip of the week.
All right, so my tip of the week is to continue in trusting God. Trust God this week if like never before. Just continue to trust him in your relationships, whether it be your committed ones, your marriages, your personal ones with family and friends. Continue to trust God that everything is going to work out and everything is going to be all right.
My tip of the week is coming from Genesis. Probably one of my favorite verses of scripture in the Bible is Genesis chapter 2, verse 25. It said that the man and the wife was both naked and unashamed. I think it's important that you and your spouse able to have a naked and unashamed relationship. Now, I'm not just talking about physical, about being naked physically with each other, but I'm talking about spiritually, mentally, which that is that you both can be open and unashamed about talking about anything with your spouse. So y'all should be able to have a relationship where you can be naked and unashamed, where you're not afraid to talk to your spouse about whatever it is in your life. It's very important to have that type of relationship where you're naked and unashamed. So I just wanted to be that to be my tip of the week. I like that verse because my wife know that I love to get naked and unashamed but you should also be loved to be naked and unashamed with your spouse. So that's something y'all need to develop if you don't have that in your relationship now. Practice it. I promise you, it would help your relationship out, wouldn't it, honey? Wouldn't it help your relationship out?
It will. Yes, it will. Be unashamed to talk to your spouse like you're talking to one of your friends. Try that this week. And I know we always say we can't tell our spouse everything. Maybe that may be true to a certain extent, but that still don't mean we shouldn't be ashamed or afraid to be able to come to our spouse and talk to them about any and everything.
Right.
And naked and unashamed is not always about being literally naked.
Right? It's being vulnerable and opening up and sharing your heart. So that was my tip of the week, Genesis 2:25, that the husband and the wife be naked and unashamed. My wife tip of the week was,
Trust in God. Just trust God in every relationship that you have this week. Trust God that
all right,
everything will work out for the better.
all right, we're glad that y'all was here for another tip of the week with Meds for Grown Folk. We hope to see you the next time and also catch us live for Meds for Grown Folk. We'll see you later. Thank you and have a good day.
Right.
Hey, how you
So what
doing? Once again, got technical difficulties there. There you go. She's back. All right.
do I look blurry to y'all? Like,
No, you don't look blurry. You look fine.
oh, okay then. Okay, so yes. I don't know. See me? Because I'm looking blurry on my end. However, this particular live today, I am not wearing any makeup. Of course, yeah, I got my eyebrows done. I keep them done, but
Is that you
um,
beaming your phone?
yes, it is. Questions. Um, I'm trying to turn it down. It seemed like to me like questions start really rolling in during the live sometimes, and I'm just like, oh, I have you do the questions that we had already. Okay, so one of the questions today, I'm gonna start off. I'm gonna kick it off with this question. I just started wearing it. I started wearing it, and my husband hates it. I noticed you wear makeup on all your lives. Has there ever been a time that you didn't wear it during the live or throughout your everyday, day to day? He thinks you couldn't. He thinks, hold on, let me go to my phone and read this one. Right. He thinks you couldn't, or not necessarily you, but women in general. He feels that once a woman starts wearing makeup, she always has to wear it. What are your thoughts on this? And how does Robert feel about you wearing makeup? Okay, so yes, there has been a time where we did our live and I did not wear makeup. I purposely didn't put it on tonight. And honestly, even if I would have decided to wear, I wouldn't have had time to put it on anyway. So, I mean, here is my natural my natural skin. Uh, I don't, I think to be honestly, makeup should enhance you. It should enhance your natural beauty. Um, and no, I don't wear it. I only wear makeup on Sundays when I go to church or when I'm doing a live like this, such as this. Now I am gonna put my makeup on when we're done with this live because I have to record a presentation for class. It's due tomorrow to get done tonight. So I mean I don't necessarily I wouldn't agree with that statement that when once a woman start wearing makeup, she can't stop wearing it because I don't wear it. I would say I wear makeup 4 times a month. That's every Sunday. I wear makeup every Sunday when I'm on my way to church. Well, when I'm on my way to church, and as soon as I come home, I wipe it off. So no, I would have to disagree with that question. I mean, I don't know, Robert. How do you feel about my makeup or women wearing makeup?
I don't have a problem with it. I mean, it is what it is. If you're making yourself look good, so I'm fine with it. And your last statement was you wear 4 times a month. You wear at least 4 times a month because there's sometimes you do wear other than Sunday. So, but I don't
It
have
is.
a problem. I don't
Well,
have a problem with the
do
makeup.
a lot. Yeah, but I do a lot.
I don't have a problem with you wearing makeup. There's no issue with me. All right.
Okay. So that was like our icebreaker question. Oh gosh. So next question. Let's see here. So, yeah. My husband seems to be envious of my relationships with my siblings. He feels that we're too close. Are you guys close to your siblings? And has this ever been an issue with the two of you?
Uh, I'm gonna say I have a good relationship with my siblings. I won't necessarily say we close, anything like that. And no, I don't think we ever had a problem with siblings when it comes to our relationship or anything like that. I would say to that individual, uh, is it something? This is a wife, right? About a husband.
It's up
So
about her husband.
I was my question to you would be, has something came up where it caused your husband to have this type of reactions towards your sibling? It's nothing wrong with being close to your siblings and all anything like that. I think that's a great thing to have that type of relationship. The problem comes in when it causes problems in your marriage. You know what I'm saying? And 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 it might not necessarily be him jealous. I don't know because I don't know the situation and all that and stuff like that. But my question is, has problems comes up about between that y'all relationships, cause an issue, and if so, how did y'all deal with it? So I think that's one of them things that you got to talk about boundaries. Boundaries in y'all relationship when it comes to y'all marriage. What are the boundaries that y'all have? And like I said, it's good to have a great relationship with your sisters and brothers, cousins, and stuff like that. But when it start causing issues in the marriage, then that's when something needs to happen. Y'all need to have that type of conversation because I don't think well. I'll put it this way: he shouldn't be jealous of y'all having a great relationship. Only if it's causing problems, and then people sticking their nose in. They don't know how to say, oh, you got to always clear with them what you and your spouse going to do. Then I can see how that could be an issue. So that's all I have to say on that, honey.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm close to my siblings because we all live so far apart. I got a sister in Chicago. I got a sister in Texas. I got a sister in Michigan. I got a brother in Michigan, and I got a brother that he goes back and forward from you know and being incarcerated and then living in Chicago. So I mean, I got a good relationship with my siblings, but it's hard for us to be really close when we live so far apart from each other. And again, no, we've never had an issue like that um, within our marriage regarding our siblings. So I would say, yeah, you might need to have that conversation with your husband, like find out get to the root of why you you argue, you guys argue about you being too close with your siblings. It's got to be some more to that than just he's envious.
All right, honey. Before you go to the next question, some people just came on, so like to just ask, uh, what was the question? So, what was the question that you just asked, and then you can go to the next question.
Question I just asked was, my husband seems to be envious of my relationship with my siblings. Are you guys close to your siblings? And has there ever been any issues being with you all regarding your siblings and being close to them? We both said no. We haven't had any issues on that lines with us being each other's siblings or even us being close to our siblings. I would state that it's hard for the both of us to have a good bond with our siblings for the mere fact we live here. The military brought us here. We don't have any family here other than people that we met through our church. They're like family, but blood family, we don't have any blood relatives living here. I have a sister in Chicago. I have a sister in Texas. I got one in Michigan. I got a brother in Michigan, and then I have another brother that he lives in Chicago, but he spends a lot of time incarcerated. So it's hard. Of course, it's hard to have a good relationship with him. Now, I talk to my siblings. I talk to them constantly, but no, it's never been an issue there. And the same for Robert. Robert's siblings are in Chicago. So it's hard close when you're so far. Like, Robert, can you hear me? Because I can't even
Yeah,
hear me.
yeah, you fine, you fine, you fine. Yeah, you fine.
Well, I would ask if you can't hear me because you answer the questions. Okay. You guys seem so well put together. We do. Uh, thank you for that compliment. Oh, something's in my eye. Jesus. Y'all, look. On side note, y'all, my hair. It is really, really growing. That's what was in my eye. It was my hair. Like I started off last year with like 4 inches of hair. I got like 10, 11 now. And it be getting on my nerve. I thank the Lord for it, but my God, my hair sticking out. You guys seem so well put together. Do you guys ever argue or get on each other's nerves? If so, when or what? I was kind of confused on this question, like when or what. So I guess I'm gonna answer it the best way I know how. Um, First of all, let me say this. These lives, this is not a front. Like what you see with me and Robert is what you get. Um, and I think that's noteworthy, and I take it as a compliment that somebody would even figure that we are a well put together couple. Because this is ministry right here. This is an everyday work in progress. Like, yeah, you gotta work at this thing constantly. Um, but I mean, do we ever argue? No. Rob, I'm gonna let you answer that first. I think I get on his nerve more so. Well, I don't know. Go ahead, Robert.
Well, we of course we argue. I think every couple argue is, and it's not necessarily the fact of arguing has anything to do with the relationship like you in trouble. It's just the fact of life because you different, because you're different, you're gonna argue from time to time. So uh, I think because we are, I just say it like this, we was meant for each other. That's why we good, you know what I'm saying? Because we balance each other out. But I think it's healthy to have an argument because it shows you different and you got different opinions. Now it's all about what you do with the argument. You know what I'm saying? Can you get back on good terms and stuff like that? Because nothing ever goes perfect. It's just like a car. Car need maintenance from time to time. It's not that it's a bad car or it's a bad manufacturer. It's just a car. It's mechanical things, so things break down. So I think arguments is healthy for the relationship. But once again, it's how long you argument, what you do with the argument, and stuff like that. So we well put together because God put us together and we belong together. So but I think it's like I said, I think it's a healthy thing to argue and stuff like that. I don't think there's nothing wrong with arguing and anything of that nature. Honey.
So, yeah, we do. We argue. Do Robert ever get on my nerve? Yeah. I'm not gonna even sit on this live and lie and say he don't. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll put it. Let me put a plug in it. I was about ready to argue about 30 minutes ago when I called her and we supposed to be getting ready to go live, and she at the stove talking about I'm gonna call you back. I'm like, what? We supposed to be live in like 5 minutes, and you at the store. What are you doing? Come on now. But I kept my composure. I said, okay, I'm just gonna let her do what she do. But she got no sense of time. That's one of the things that irked me. She has no sense of time at times.
Let me explain. Y'all. So I y'all all know that I'm in school. I stay in school. Uh, I have a presentation that I got to do tonight on anesthesiologist. And I noticed, I was like, you know what? I need to get Rochelle some sandals. She has no sandals. And the outfit that she is wearing to church tomorrow, she really needs a pair of sandals to wear with it. So I said, let me hurry up and go grab her some sandals real quick. When I walked out the door, I didn't realize it was like 5:40 something. So we do live at 7. We, the reason why we started a lot late is because I got on here late. So hey, but I once this live was over, I'm not finna go get no sandals. Like, no, it's gonna be dark outside. I'm not finna do it. So I'm like, let me go ahead and grab them. I went to that one store, got what I was getting, and yeah, we came back to the house. So yeah, I when it comes to that, I gotta get what I gotta get done. And sense of time, no, sometimes I don't even have a sense of direction. I got so much stuff going on with school and being a mother. So yeah, we was about to argue maybe 30 minutes before. I didn't realize we was about to argue because guess what? I was okay with starting a little late on this line. I know sometimes, honey child, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Thank you for thinking we well put together. I appreciate you. Well, I appreciate you. That's how I say appreciate you. Okay. So yeah, this is us. This is raw in living color. Like we not gonna fake and funk. Like we all that because this is still a working process.
Your sister say
Okay.
slow down.
She said slow down. What she means? Am I talking too fast or slow down with why?
You probably just need to slow down. Go to the next question.
Oh, okay. So let's see here. We're in a new year with the quarantine starting last year. So this is a new year of the pandemic. How did you guys make it through it? Did you have any serious issues being on lockdown?
No, I don't think. Uh, I don't think we had like any serious issue because let the truth be told, we kind of used to being at home. We every now and then we would do something. I think the only issue we kind of had with the lockdown and stuff, our routine we had got into, uh, a few years back before the pandemic happened, of us going to the movies and the dinner, with our covenant partners, doing that activity on a consistent basis. I think that's the only thing I think I kind of miss, from the when the pandemic happened. We haven't really been out with our covenant partners. And covenant, when I say covenant partners, we got two married couples that we hang out with, socialize with, that we
Yeah,
accountable to, to help keep our marriage intact and stuff like that. So I think that's the only kind of issue we kind of have because, if I'm not at work, I'm at church or I'm at home. So that's just the fact of my life. So being stuck in the house didn't really the pandemic didn't really change anything as far as to me.
yeah. The no, the I mean, I would have to agree. The the only thing, the issue for us, and it wasn't necessarily an issue, was the fact that we couldn't go and hang out with Florida Marie and Guana and Marcus. We did it on once or twice a month, and we couldn't do it because we couldn't sit in a restaurant and we couldn't go to a movie. But I've always been a I've always been a homebody person anyway. So I didn't necessarily go nowhere. Now, during the shutdown, I lost my job, but that that wasn't even a problem because I mean, the money that I worked for was really just for us to have extra money for me to go shopping and stuff like that. Of course, I wasn't able to do those things, but that even in that essence, it wasn't really affected. See y'all, love you. I wasn't even affected. I wasn't even affected in that area. Um, I don't go nowhere anyway. I'm always at home, so it didn't affect us. We really had no issues with it, and that alone is a blessing because that's not everybody's story. It's really
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. See, we got some new folks that came online. We just thank y'all for checking us out. Marriage for Grown Folks is something we do every other week. We get questions in and we answer the question to the best of our ability. And then in saying that, it's a time I can put in our plug to say we're not marriage counselors. We never claim to be marriage counselors, and we just answer the questions off of the life experience that we have, 25 years of us being married and stuff like that. So we just glad for the newcomers. I see we got a couple of newcomers that checking us out today. All right, honey, what's the next question?
okay. You guys seem to have a fairy tale marriage. Ah! Has it always been this way, or have you ever hit some bumps in the road to reach the place that you're at now? If so, what was a huge bump for you guys throughout your marriage?
I can answer that question. It might seem like we got a fairy tale marriage, but if you ever watch TV and all the fairy tale thing, all something always goes wrong. It's always a hiccup. You always get the villain come out somewhere. So it's always a problem when you having this fairy tale marriage. Cinderella had to get back home midnight before her carriage turned into a pumpkin and all her rags come off. So it's always something. And what am I saying to say that? We got issues. Every marriage got issues and problems. Yes, we have had our problems. Yes, we have had our bumps in the road. Uh, yes, we have thought about walking away from this marriage. We've been married almost 25 years come May. We probably been through this, that, and some other stuff. And God has kept it, and we gracious that to still be together, for this length of time and still have a good relationship with each other. I love my wife. I don't just love her, I like her. She's my best friend, and it's just stuff like that that so don't get caught up in looking, seeing what the marriage look on the outside, because sometimes you have to be inside to really know what's going on in the marriage. And I think I say this: what I love about my wife and what we have in our marriage is this: we tend not to disrespect our spouse in public. No matter what we got going on, we tend not to disrespect our spouse in public. So, one thing I learned from the military is this: you praise in public, you reprimand in private. Okay? So I'm gonna say that again. You praise in public, but you reprimand in private. And that was one of the things that I think that we have in our marriage, what makes it look so grandiose. Uh, you got something you would like to say, honey?
Um, I mean, I agree with everything you're saying. Like that's key. Robert and um, I mean, has there ever been a time where we disrespected each other in public? I don't. I don't.
I
I mean,
can't. I
yeah.
can't really think if we did. It wasn't intentionally, or it wasn't something like real
It wasn't.
bad that somebody be like, "Oh, what in the world's going on at their household?" Something like that. But I'm quite sure we probably did something, but not on a dramatic scale where they be like, they need some counseling. There's something wrong with them. You don't act that way. You know what I'm saying?
Public. Like I think that's like even when we first got married, we were young. He was 19, I was 20. But there was an understanding that we had for one another. That's just something we wouldn't do is disrespect each other in public. Now how we ever got on had a bump in the road, yeah. Our most challenging bump in the road was when my husband thought, well, to me, our most challenging bump in the road was my husband thought I was having an affair on him. This the separation, and we it wasn't a physical separation, but it was more so of a mental separation that we went through. That lasted for what? I don't know what, about 2 years, Robert?
It
Was
was
that about
probably,
two?
it was probably longer than that. About three, about 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years.
It was a while. But you know what? Every marriage has to go through tests and trials. Every marriage do. And I just think for us, that was our that was one of our tests, like huge, major tests. Like you the question was any huge bumps for us? Yeah, that I would say that was the hugest bump in the road for us that we had to go through. Was that. And it was crazy. Like I learned a lot through that. And I guess for me, I mean, I'll leave that for another question, actually, that's on here. I'm gonna go ahead and ask that question now. Robert and Loretta, what has gotten you guys to the point that you're in in your within your marriage and within yourselves as an individual person. I would say that. I would say that that incident is what helped groom me to the Loretta that you all see today. Before that, I didn't operate, or my mindset wasn't even the way that it is now regarding people, relationships, and even my own personal self. Like the thoughts that I have for myself are not the thoughts that I have for myself. Thoughts of other people were not thoughts that I have now are different from those thoughts then. That entire incident kind of like mold me and helped mature me to the place that I'm now today. Like some things that I used to worry about or be concerned about, that type of stuff don't bother me no more. I do now question why a person is present in my life. Because people come for a time, a season, and a reason. And I always question those things. Like, why are you calling me friend? What makes you want to call me a friend? Is it something you got to gain from this, or is this something that you bring to that you see in me that causes you to value me and want to call me friend? Because not everybody that call you friend is your friend. Um, and I also learned in that my husband, now that's my friend. If if I'm not happy with my husband, I can be happy with my friend. That's what helped shape me to the mindset that I have today. What about you, Robert?
What was the kind of question that kind of
They were asked, so what made you or got you to the place that you are in your life regarding your marriage and your personal life regarding yourself?
oh
Like,
I got it. It's a lot. I would think that helped me to get to the place I am right now, the person that I am right now. So I would say definitely, our relationship has been a key into me being the person I am today. Uh, Certain individuals in my lives, like people that I met over, uh, in my life that helped me become the person I am today. I got a lot of mentors that kind of poured into my life, since I got saved and stuff like that, that helped me become the person I am. The people that I surround that I truly call friends is helped me. And then once again, our covenant partners that those type of relationship, married couples that we have a relationship with is the reason why I'm the person I am today. If I have to get a shout out, I really don't like calling names because certain people get offended. You didn't say my name and you don't feel it, but I'm gonna give a shout out because this person truly means something to me. And actually, I'm gonna give a shout out to two people because now that I've thought about this one person that I was gonna give a shout out, I can't give a shout out without giving a shout out to this one. So the first person I would get a shout out to is Manuel Neely, my best friend from the Navy. Uh, I know I wouldn't be the type of person I am today without that relationship that come in contact with him because he helped me get right with the Lord and stuff like that, and having a relationship with God. So Manuel Neely would definitely be first. Well, I'm not necessarily first, but definitely be on that list. And the second person I would have to say would be Elder Shida. Because of Elder Shida, I am the person that I am today, husband, preacher, father, just a good person and all. And I got many other relationships with people. And if I start naming, I'll probably be done in like 3 seconds. But it's a group of people. But I say all that, say that it's many people that came into my life and many relationships that I have that helped me develop to be the person that I am today. So that's the reason. I mean, so just people in my life, and of course, my relationship with the Lord is the main factor. All right, honey.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. I really be having people texting me doing the live, asking questions. I need to get to the questions that
We have, and
right.
you might not can tell, but we up on 45 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. So next the next question. We have 45 like 2 minutes.
We got.
Geez, we oh
I'm saying we have 45 minutes now. You can't
I,
tell, but
I,
I can see the ticker.
I kind of like jump around with these questions. So I
We
still
probably
got
got room for three good solid questions, depending on how solid they is.
okay, so let me go to this one there right here. Uh First, let me say thank you, you guys, for having this platform. And thanks for being so transparent with your lives and answering the questions. I think during these times, marriages are taking a hit, and mine will need much prayer now. So, I've been married 3 years. My wife and I dated 6 months before we married. I married her so soon because she got her pregnant. So I thought hold on, the first time having sex. I'm not sure why my mother did this, but she did a DNA test on my daughter shortly after she was born. She recently told me because she has liver cancer, and of course, we're all concerned for her survival. My daughter isn't mine. I questioned this from day one, but my heart wouldn't allow me to ask. I know you guys don't know my wife, and I don't know my wife and I, and this is probably odd that you're even getting this message from me. But you said we could we could send them, and I prayed about this, which oddly led me to send this message. Yes, I prayed, and the Lord led me to you guys. My wife was watching one of you guys' live because someone from a marriage group that we're in on Facebook shared your live. I watched with her without saying anything about the message my mom gave me. And God clearly spoke to me and said, ask the question, ask for prayer and guidance. My my answer will come from the minister. Ooh, this is a deep one, Robert. Not even realizing that your husband is a minister. Sir, please give me some guidance. What should I do? Should I leave or should I stay? Yes, I love my wife without a doubt, and I love this little girl, which my child, but she's not my child biologically. If my wife lied about this for the longest, what else is she lying about? That was a lot. Did you understand all that?
Yes, I did. I did. It definitely is a lot, and
Sent it to you, but I didn't. I'm sorry, I didn't like have time. I've been so busy.
uh, it's a lot in there, and I just don't want to like jump off the limb and try to answer this question because uh, it's as if he's putting me on the spot because he said, you know, the Lord told him that the minister would tell him what he should do. And my first thing about this is
My answer will come from the minister.
right. So
Not,
that put
no,
me Say that again.
Yeah. Not, I don't think it's necessarily that you would tell him what to do, but your answer, his his answer to this question, should he stay or should he go, will come through you.
And that's a lot. Uh, First of all, I must definitely say that uh, continue to pray. Even after you hear my answer, continue to pray and make sure that the Lord is leading you to do what you're going to do. Because, and I'm gonna say this because Bishop said it not just one time. He said a couple of times, and every time he say it is profound to me. And the statement is this: you can miss God doing what God said because you're not doing what God is saying. God might have said do that, but He's saying do this. And He always give the illustration when it comes to Abraham and Isaac. God told Abraham to sacrifice his son Isaac. And when he got to the place to sacrifice his son Isaac, God told him, don't kill the boy. So you can miss your blessing by doing what God said, by not listening to what he is saying. Because what he's saying is he's continually speaking. What he said is over with. You know what I'm saying? It's like in the past. He said that's in the past. What he's saying is the present and also can be for the future. So I said all that to say this because I need to get my thoughts together. And the first thing came to mind is this. Maybe your wife don't know that that's not your baby. I know this can be a hard thing to think about, because I don't know how long, at the time between obviously she having sex with you and she having sex with another person had to be close within the time. I don't know, far as the timeline of y'all getting together for all this and all that. But maybe she really do believe that this is your child. Okay. Second, how is y'all relationship? I mean, you never said that it seemed like y'all having problems or anything like that. You said you had thoughts about asking her, but you could never do it because X, Y, and Z. So, and you got to realize that you are the only father that this child knows. It's a hard thing. It's a hard thing. That's why I say you got to continue to pray and make sure God is telling you what to do. Because we said in our marriage vow, for better or for worse. And I think too often when it comes to sayings like that, when the worst happen, we look to run. But our vows really don't give us any outs because we vow before people and to God that stick you, I will stick with you to death do us part until one of us leave this earth. And I just think in certain instances in marriage, I know it's a hard saying. I know it's hard because you're thinking about that this is somebody else's child. But that's also your child because you helped raise it. You take care of it. 9 out of 10, the child got your last name. So so I don't think that you should stop being a father. Now I do think counseling is something that you and your wife gonna need to deal with, on the line. So the question is, should you tell your spouse? Yes, y'all should have this conversation because I truly believe that if you don't, it's gonna eat at you and you're gonna start disrespecting your wife and she's not gonna understand why because you holding on to something. Remember, I don't know if you was here to catch the tip of the week. I talked about being naked and unashamed in front of your wife. you have to be able to have these honest conversations, even though it's uh it's a hard thing to do. Uh, Marriage is never going to be easy, but being open and honest, because now you thinking, okay, if she lied to me about this, what else she lied to me about? Well, that could maybe not even be the case. Maybe she really believed that this is your child, and it never really crossed her mind that, oh, it could be XYZ child. So I think y'all should definitely have that conversation, you know, just you and her, nobody else in the midst about it. And uh uh ask one other thing, and I don't want to try to turn this, and I know your mother dealing with some terminal illness, but ask your mother, why in the world did you wait so long to tell me? That can be some, a hidden agenda there too. And I don't want you to cause beef, but just think about that too, because if your mama known this all this time, well over 3 years, you know, so obviously your mother must really like this, your wife, because I'm gonna tell you right now, mamas don't hold that type of information from their child when they know that that's not they son, or they know that that's not their son child. They gonna speak it, and not trying to be messy or anything, but that's just life. So I think that you and your wife could actually survive this, and I think this could actually make your relationship stronger. You heard what my wife said earlier about the big bump in the road we had in our relationship, and it made us stronger once we got past it. It took some time. It's gonna take some time, but we actually got past it, and we strong. Believe it or not, this I believe this platform came through what we went through, because marriage is definitely for grown folks. It ain't for people that want to act like kids. You can't act like kids and be married. No, you're not going to make it. And so that's all I had to say. I mean, that's definitely was a hard one, and I would tell you, continue to pray, continue to see God, because uh, God is going to lead you through this. It's a hard saying, it's a hard thing, but there ain't nothing impossible with God, and I believe y'all can definitely make it through it, and then it can. This test can become your testimony. This mess can become your message. You know, this can be something that God can use to help elevate you and your wife and y'all marriage, that y'all can help another couple out. That's all this platform is about, trying to help other couples out when they're going through what they're going through. I know I'm kind of long winded on here. And I'm gonna let you.
Hey, it's okay. Like that's why I read that one. The question was probably 3 minutes long itself. But no, it's okay. Take all the time you need.
Yeah, I mean it's hard, and it's really no right or wrong answer to that to me. But I believe stay with your wife and go through. But don't hold it in and try not to say anything at all. This is something y'all need to get through, because that would start tearing down the trust in the relationship, because you feel now, because you even said it. If she lied about this, what else she lying about? So now you already within yourself got trust issue. And I'm gonna speak from experience. When you have trust issue with your spouse, the relationship will not be elevated. It's gonna go down. You're gonna because you're gonna be always wondering, and always wondering your actions, even though you're not intentionally trying to do it. Your actions gonna show something different, and your wife gonna be able to tell that there's something wrong with you, even though you might try to hide it and say no, everything is all right. Your actions is going to show it, even though your mouth is not saying it. I might need to write that. I might need to copyright that. Your actions will show it, even though your mouth is not saying it. But it's true. It's true. So have that conversation. It's going to be hard. Uh, definitely seek counseling because it's going to be needed. But I believe that y'all can get through it. What else you got, honey? Ooh, Lord, that was a
What
booger bed.
I
That
was I was I was writing what you just said down. Yeah, that was something there, and it's amazing how that it's another platform on Facebook. It's called Married Couples or Married Something. I joined that that group. I don't know, maybe 3 years, 4 years ago or something.
mm,
Never even realizing that other people that we because I don't know everybody in that group that they too can watch this live.
mm.
That's why I was saying share the live, like share it, not just for us to get a rating from other people, but share. You just never know what person you gonna help out in sharing this live.
Hmm.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna move on from there. Go to the next one. I gotta turn back. I'm gonna lighten up the little mode here a little bit. And okay, so how and what do you guys think about the reality show Married at First Sight? Do you think couples can get married and stay together in this fashion? Have you ever watched this show? Well, that was the first part of it. Have you ever watched the first? Have you ever watched this show? The reality show Married at First Sight. Do you guys think these couples can get married and stay together while meeting in this fashion?
I'm gonna say yes. I believe anything is possible. I believe you can meet a person today and marry them tomorrow and be married for the rest of your life. Yes, it is possible, but it's up to the individual when it comes to
Yep.
if it's going to work or not. And the odds of it actually of them staying together is kind of stacked against them because it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot getting married to a person that you've known for years, and you dated or whatever the case may be. Even after you get married, you still learn something about your spouse. And you should be learning something about your spouse. Like, I feel like right now, if you got an associate's degree in your spouse, you need to be working towards your bachelor. If you got your bachelor's, you need to be working towards your master. If you got your master's, you need to be working towards your PhD. And if you got your PhD, you need to be going for a second one in a different area. Because it's going to be always time you need to learn something about your spouse. Because people change, time changes is inevitable. So you should always be learning your spouse. The key about them actually making it is all in your mindset. It's your perception. If you're trying to make it, you will make it. It's up to you. But if you already got a pre-notion or you just going at it as, not all the way in, as we like to say, uh, from a class we learned, you got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You're not totally committed. What was that, honey?
Jail mentality. Not the that's not the jail mentality, is it?
No, no, the 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You're halfway in it,
You halfway in. That's it.
right?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't you're not fully committed. Say it
Right?
again.
You halfway in, you halfway out. Remember, I used that saying you came to the table with the prenup, like, okay, just in case if this don't work.
Hmm.
You came in with that mindset of, okay, just in case this don't work, we're gonna have to do this.
Yeah, yeah, and that's just the way it is. I think those that come in with the mindset that I'm meeting my spouse and this is the person that I'm gonna live with for the rest of my life. Some people just just go on it just to see what's gonna happen. I think the percentage of people actually going on to say, okay, this is my soulmate. I know this gonna be the person I'm gonna be with for the rest of my life. The statistics is real low, and those are the people that probably stay together. But those that go in with the mindset that say, I'm doing everything, I'm going to do everything I need to. I mean, you need to have that mindset now after dating somebody 4 or 5 years, and you decide to get married. You got to go in that you know to death do us part. That part of the vow. To death do us part. If you go in there with the mindset and you're willing to work on and not being selfish and be grown about it, stop acting like a kid, I believe it can work.
So I watched Married at First Sight. I think I seen like 2 episodes of it or something. So when I saw this question, I went back and how many couples actually did make it through this experiment. So it was 40 couples. That's not counting the season that they're in now. They in season 12. I went back to I went all the way back to season 1. And out of season 1, it was one, two. So they have 4 couples on each show. Each season they have 4 couples. Season 1, 2 of the couples made it. Season 2, none of the couples stayed together. Season 3, none of the couples stayed together. Season 4, none of them stayed together. Season 5, one of the couples was together. Still, they still married to this day. Like from Courtney and Jason been married 5 years now. No, they were married 5 years and then they divorced in 2019. So they just recently got a divorce. But Jamie and Doug is still married and they got 2 kids. And when she met him at the altar, she was in no shape, form, or fashion attracted to him. She cried. And she told her bridesmaids and all them, look, I better do this. I'm not attracted to this guy. But here, they still married and got 2 kids. Anthony and Ashley from season 5, they still married and they got a baby. Season 6, Jephthah and Shanice, they still married. They got a baby named Laura. Season 7, Danielle married. Season 8, Stephanie and AJ, they still married. Kristen and Keith, oh, they were so cute. I went back and watched their decision day. They still married. They don't have any kids right now, but they still married. And Kristen and Keith and Jephthah and Shanice are actually these are young couples. They in their early 20s. When I watched the season, this was, and of course, when I watched it, this was my favorite because this had been the only one that I had watched at the time. But since then, going back looking at them, there are other couples that I just like fell in love with. Jephthah and Shanice happens to be one of them. Kristen and Keith, beautiful. These are Black couples too that are young. Deani and Greg on YouTube, just the cutest couple in the world. They went into it with the mindset of wanting to be married, wanting to stay in their marriage. And initially, yeah, it looked like that couple wasn't gonna make it, especially Jephthah and Shanice. It just completely looked like that wasn't gonna happen at all. But these people are still together. Elizabeth and Jamie, I just knew they cussed each other out half of the show, but they had the mindset that they wanted to stay married. They wanted to stay together. They went to the show with the purposes of finding their soulmate. And it's like Robert said, it's a mind thing. This is something you have to want to want. Like me and Robert, we got married at 19 and 20. The odds were stacked so high against us. We didn't know nothing about finances. We didn't know nothing about race. No, we knew was this. We loved each other and we wanted to be together. I guess you could say y'all are too young to know what love is. We probably was. But we did know what one thing we did know was we wanted to stay in this marriage. Marriage is something you have to want to want. You have to want it and you want to have to be committed to it. Not just want it on your terms or I want it like this, I want it like that. Now, of course, yes, 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 yes. I with Jamie and Doug, she wasn't attracted to her husband, but she still married him. I don't know if Loretta could have did that. I'll just be honest with you. But look at the blessing that she would have looked that she would have missed out on had she walked away from Douglas because of his looks. To me, Douglas is not a handsome man. He's not. But her love for him pretty much overlooked his facial features. Like, I mean, I will say, yeah, yes, because I don't want to stay too long on but Woody and Amani, beautiful couple. Amani sounds and look just like Antoinette. Sounds and look just like this beautiful couple. They wanted to be together. They wanted marriage. You have to want it. You have to want it. You have to desire it and not just always on what your terms are. Half of the time we miss our blessings thinking we know what my terms are. Well, this is what I need, this is what I want. And half of the time you don't know what you need and what you want.
Well,
So
you
yeah,
know what you know what you, honey, you know what you want
yeah.
at time, but you don't know exactly what you need. And that's the thing about marriage. The marriage will let you see what you want and not necessarily what you need, because I have learned what you want is not always best for you. And if we always got what we want, we'll probably be dead right now because we will. It's not exactly what we need, and that's the thing about marriage. I know one thing about marriage. Marriage always had me looking in the mirror and quit pointing the fingers at somebody else and start pointing the finger at myself. Marriage helped me see me
Hmm.
for who I am and how selfish I can be, how stubborn I can be, how messy I can be, how a fool I can be, because we don't think about ourselves in that way. You know, that's why the scripture is so important when it said, uh, you want to try to tell the person that they got something in their eye, but you can't seem to see the big old beam that you have in your eye. You need to get the beam at your eye first before you can try to tell somebody they got a toothpick in their eye. And that's
Hmm.
what marriage do for you. But too often we get concentrating on what our spouse is not doing right, and then we can't see our flaws, or we don't want to see our flaws. It's not that we can't see it; we don't want to see it. I'm gonna say it that way.
Yeah, marriage will do those. Marriage will do this. Marriage will show you just who you are, and marriage will show you who God is. Show will. But again, this got to be something that you want, and you got to have to stick to it. You got to put your big girl panties on and your big boy drawers on.
All right.
Because no, won't it's couples been was dating for 8-9 years to get married, and that's it. They don't stay married. I mean, yeah. Do I think the reality show Married at First Sight can work? Yeah, it's plenty of examples that it did, that it can, and it is working.
All right. I think
Now
we
this
got.
episode, no, that's another topic. Yeah, what you finna say?
Think we got room for one more question.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Cause
got
I still got I got to get ready to go to work.
5 more questions here. Robert, I watched one of your first lives where you said that you felt that Loretta had cheated. Do you think these trust issues will cause problems with you being away for so long?
No, no, because I'm over that. I have no issues. I made a choice to come here. I wasn't forced to come here, so I didn't have to necessarily take uh, this job position over here. So no, I don't have a trust issue. No, we passed that. That's resolved. Uh, we good. We good. I don't have no issue in that. And uh, because of the incident, like I said, we much stronger. The relationship much stronger. The marriage is much stronger. So no, it's no trust issue on that at all. No, I like I said,
Like what's it? Stronger, we wiser, we better,
yeah.
so much better. What's his name that sing that song? Marvin Sapp.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Stronger, we wiser, we better,
yeah.
so much better. No,
You
I
know, you
don't.
remember that song, Tide Trip is I Want It All Back? If he only knew what we was gonna be after this storm, he wouldn't even mess with us. He would have left this marriage alone. He would have said, "Oh, don't worry about it. They already in the self-destruction mode. Just let them keep going the way they're going." If he only knew what we was gonna be after the storm, he wouldn't even came near us. But no, I have no issues at all. None. Zero. Nada. It is what it is. But
To go. And once again, guys, thank you so much for sending in these questions. For what? From again, it's been almost a year. In 2 months, we've been doing this for an entire year.
yes,
Wow,
yes. So we
an entire year, Robert.
yeah,
And
yeah.
there's still 4 questions that I did not get to. I promise you, sir, ma'am, we will get to these questions on the next round. And
You know
we
what?
thank you guys for
We
sending them
what
in.
we might do, we might use one of the questions for the tip of the week. If
Okay,
it's one like one of those questions like that that we can possibly use for the tip of the week, we use that as the tip of the week, and then we'll see. But we just thank y'all for joining us. Hit the like, share it, please share the video, get it out there to as much people, and you know it's free now. Uh, we need y'all to go to our like our web page, because what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking about actually making this uh, a closed section for people uh, that's actually on our page on that has actually like our Facebook page. So I think we're gonna start going live. We're gonna have that discussion. I think it would not necessarily be best because we can always share it, but share it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just rambling right now. But share it. Please share it. Please share it. But it is something that was on my mind. Just but as you can see, my daughter came and got in the picture. That's Loretta too, y'all. Just in case y'all don't know, that's Loretta too right there, looking just like her mama.
she
Yeah,
smiled just did
yeah, smile
everything.
just like you.
It's a mini me, y'all. It's a mini me. Yes, but please share again. You might get nothing out of watching our lives, but somebody else might get something out of it. And this might be a blessing to another couple. We are only here to help grow you up, not get some glorification out of it for ourselves. It's all for you guys. And we thank you so much. Please keep sending in the questions because without you, there won't be no questions.
Yes, so please continue
Guys,
to like, share, and we'll catch y'all again in 2 weeks for Marriage for Grown Folks. Had a good time, a lot of good questions. I will keep praying for that young man in this situation, that him and his wife continue to grow stronger and their relationship come stronger, and just have a healthy just a healthy life and a healthy marriage. And I thank everybody that's watching, every relationship person that watched, every married couple that watch, every individual that standing in behalf of a married couple. We just glad that y'all just give us this opportunity to do it. We love y'all, and we will see y'all in a couple of weeks. And remember, share, share, share. Have a good time.
Right there.